Thanks for watching my revision of my American history notes. I'm just going over things and trying to see what I might want to dig into deeper or maybe even change. So let's pick it up from last time. Henry Dunster, first president of Harvard, refused to have his child baptized in 1653 and was forced to resign his position. Eventually, he lost all of his property in lawsuits. The colony of New Haven in present day Connecticut began in 1638. Yale College began in 1701. With Harvard and Yale, the argument over infant baptism became more fierce and produced a, quote, compromise called the, quote, halfway covenant, which allowed heretics to bring their children to a proper church to be baptized if they so wished. In 1700, Puritan minister Solomon Stoddard declared that the Christian church was a national church, that all baptized persons ought to come to the Lord's Supper even if they knew themselves to be in an unsaved condition. Lost people were now invited to the Lord's Supper. Individual churches had been inviting people to communion as early as 1663, Beller tells us. In 1707, Stoddard proclaimed that even an unregenerate minister who'd been baptized could preach. What had gone on inside of a person did not count as much as the authority of the church he submitted to on the outside. The halfway covenant made it unnecessary to be born again, to be a Christian in Stoddard's eyes. Stoddard was Jonathan Edwards' grandfather. Although Stoddard's vision had been realized in the Saybrook platform, it was actually written by James Pierpont, a minister of the New Haven Congregational Church. In 1703, Stoddard witnessed his grandson, Jonathan Edwards, born, and in 1710, Pierpont's daughter, Sarah, was born. In 1727, Jonathan Edwards married Sarah Pierpont. Now, the Episcopalian Church embraced the idea of a national church and began a successful campaign to be the standing order church, the official church of Virginia and Georgia. The Standard Confession of Faith in New England from 1708 became the Saybrook Platform containing the halfway covenant. Increase Mather condemned its liberality before his death, knowing that it would destroy Congregationalism. In 1715, New England's ministers presented legislation to make ministerial taxes mandatory for all counties. They received permission to prosecute every town or district who neglected to support their standing order minister. Early in all of this debate, Dr. John Clark and Roger Williams went back to England to confirm their colony's charter in order to keep Rhode Island from being overtaken by this religious tyranny. The king had a bad habit of revoking charters and forcing them to be reestablished. One of the many actions which led to the revolution. Clark spent 11 years of his life securing the existence of Rhode Island. Okay, we'll stop there. I hope that you'll read this and let me know if you got anything out of it. If you have any comments, please put your citations. It's okay to disagree with me. That's fine. I'm just trying to learn. All right. Thank you and have a good day.